Hello everybody, this is Gregory with How I Lost Over 100 Pounds and have kept it off for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and maintenance. Today we're going to talk about running etiquette, running rules, and different things about running. Now, before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my website, naturopathicearth.com, which has hundreds of articles and recipes, my 2 books, and if you appreciate my content, there is a link for PayPal. Now, as some of you know, I do like to do cardio. I've mentioned in previous episodes, most cardio people grudgingly do strength training, and most strength training people grudgingly do some form of cardio. But I've talked about it pretty extensively, especially in the Confessions and Reflection series, how I do love to run. And I think just knowing people throughout my life who do like to work out as well, that everybody's different. Everyone's different. Like, for example, I know people who can run without music. I cannot run without music. I have playlists. I remember going back to the early 90s where I would have a Walkman on my waist when I would wear fluorescent peak shorts. Okay, this is 1990. And the Walkman would bounce on my pants so much that it would cause scarring and scabbing on my waist after I'd work out. And then later on I would have the MP3, and then on the phone, and now it's Wi-Fi, But I need music. I know people who can run with no music. I know people who like to run and they like to hear they like to hear their heartbeat beat and their breathing, and that would drive me crazy. I would be able to do maybe half a mile instead of 5 miles. I couldn't do it. I need to hear music. It makes the time go, and the beat helps. There's other people that listen to podcasts. That would make me fall asleep. There's people who like to run and talk to people. They do running groups. Now, I am a loner. I don't, maybe just because of the way I started working out back in 1990. I was by myself on the treadmill as I'm trying, or on the Stairmaster as I'm holding up my fat body on the thing and just making my legs go up. I don't know. I can't do it with runners. It's very kind of like in my head. But everyone's different. Also, like, my fastest mile is my last mile. Like, I am one of those, I guess, white muscle versus red muscle types. My slowest mile by far is my first mile. I mean, like, getting that first lap or even that first 3 minutes on a treadmill or on a course or whatever, it's just like, I just want to stop. I am notoriously slow. I'd probably do like 11-minute, 12-minute mile, my first mile. I don't know if it's because I'm old, but I've always remembered that. I always remember my first mile just being slow. I can never sprint. Like, I'm never one of those dudes, like a lot of people do with rowing or on treadmills or whatever, where they jump on and their fastest time and then they get tired. I'm not that way. I get faster the longer I go. What else? I have to wear special shorts that I've had forever. If the shorts are too long, then I feel like it constricts my thighs. If the shorts have deep pockets and I put my phone in there, then I feel like the phone is swishing in my pants, and lots of times it gets tangled in my shorts. Like if you wear basketball pants, they get tangled and they wrap around. So I'm trying to unwrap it, and I don't like to run holding my phone. I don't like that. Now, the indoor track I use little Wi-Fi headbuds, and I can put the phone up on somewhere, and now it's not a problem. But before that, like if I run outdoors, I have to wear my shorts, and they're really tight, and they're way too tight for my body. But they have very short pockets, and so I don't have to worry about the Walkman moving and so forth. In my indoor track where I run at the gym, they drive me crazy because walkers are supposed to be on the inside. Runners have this thing on the outside. But you guys have ever run indoors, the moron walkers who, like, the women, especially middle-aged women, who want to walk 5 abreast because they're all chit-chatting, and then of course a couple of them are in the runner's lane, and you tell them, excuse me, they won't hear you, and then you have to make the decision. Do you touch them? Do you not? Do you slow down and excuse me, or do you just bowl around them? And it drives me crazy. The walkers, or the guy or woman who's speed walking in the runner lane, even though he could be in the walking lane. They get in your way. And I'm one of those, just I lack patience. And I'm trying to beat my best time every time. So I'm just one of those, excuse me. And by the time I get to them, if they don't hear me, that's not my problem. And I'll say when I pass them, runners on the right, walkers on the left. I mean, I'm just very direct. I try to be nice. Okay, walkers on the right, runners on the right, walkers on the, thank you. And then when I come back around, thanks. I try to be nice. But I've been called in by the gym officials a couple of times, because I remember one time there was like a 6-year-old girl that was with their dad, but lots of times the parents aren't watching their kid. And so she got into the runner's lane and really, I'm running fast and she jumps in front of me. And so I have to like touch her to kind of not hit her. And I touch her, I'm like, please move over. And then the dad stops me and is all, mad. Did you touch my daughter? And I'm like, she was in my way and I told her to move. So he goes and runs and tells the gym admin, and they come up, and now it's like this testimony. I'm running, so I'm not stopping. I'm just slowing down, and the guys run. The gym official's running with me, and I'm like, this is what happened. Da 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 da. And he got his side of the story, and eventually I had to apologize to the girl. It's just nonsense. There is an etiquette when it comes to running. If the sign says walkers on this part, normally the inside of the lap, runners on the other side, we should stick to that. So these are like my little pet peeves. I normally don't have pet peeves with other runners because I think we're like-minded. Like walkers hate the runners hate the walkers, right? The walkers think that we're just too dangerous and we're running too fast, blah, 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 blah. I don't have problems with runners. I do like when I'm running, and then like typically it's a guy. Guy will see me running and then he'll start running and he'll pass me. But ultimately, I know like it's like having sex and endurance. It's like I know these guys are going to peter out, and I'm just going to run by them, and just, in my mind, just like, wait. I call them like the heat-seeking missiles. These guys who come and then they're right behind you, and they're trying to catch up to you. And sometimes they'll catch up to me and pass me, but I rarely ever find a man or a woman, sometimes a woman, who like run my speed, which is not that fast to be real. I'd probably be doing 9-minute mile, 8-minute mile at my best. But for the length as well. So guys, post in the comments if you have a little running or rowing or elliptical, any cardio etiquette stories. I'd really love to hear from you. Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.